Let's be happy with Cgtn top 5 from the highlights. Cgtn says, politics, how China speeds up AI development, advances high-quality global South cooperation. This huge text of 4 minutes, which I'm going to read in 40. But here we go. And there is a photograph. The photograph shows Chinese President Xi Jinping visits on an AI incubator. AI incubator in East China's Shanghai. April 29, 2025. An artificial intelligence ecosystem platform dubbed an quote-unquote AI supermarket made its debut in Shanghai in February, providing one-stop access to AI resources such as deep-seek models, government-subsidized computing power, and high-quality corpus. The initiative marks the latest advance by the Shanghai Foundation Model Innovation Center, a large model incubator home to over 100 enterprises, spanning over 60,000 square meters. The incubator provides developers with resources for ecosystem growth, including 18 support policies such as computing subsidies, fundraising networks, and open data platforms. Visiting the incubator on Tuesday as part of his inspection tour in Shanghai, Chinese President Xi Jinping called on the city to take the lead in AI development and governance and accelerate the building of a highland of scientific and technological innovation with global influence. This just reminds me some course from private university here was all in Spanish, which I guess is not so great. Can you imagine an AI course full in Spanish? I guess we are always late in this Hispanic world. The inspection trip came 4 days after China's leadership convened a dedicated AI study session where President Xi called for gaining a head start in this strategic sector. And there's a photograph. The photograph shows Chinese President Xi Jinping visits an AI incubator in East China's Shanghai, April 29, 2025. Subtitle: Highland of Tech Innovation, officially unveiled in 2023. The center stands as one of China's first dedicated incubators and accelerators for large-scale AI models. It aims to fortify Shanghai's pursuit of stabilizing a world-class, globally competitive AI industry cluster. To solidify the foundation for resident enterprises, the center has established 5 major functional platforms on computing power, dispatching open data, evaluating service, financial service, and comprehensive service, supporting companies in terms of tax corpus and computer resources, investment funds, and filing guidance. Meanwhile, it also extends top priority policy support to accelerate the world premieres of various small vertical scenario models across consumer entertainment, finance, and other major application domains, expediting expediting large model innovations, integration into diverse industries. Quote, AI technology is evolving rapidly and entering a phase of explosive growth, she said, urging the city to sum up successful experiences in incubating the AI industry and take the lead in AI development and governance. Within a single building, enterprises from across the foundation model industry chain converge, creating an ideal environment for collaboration. Companies choosing to establish themselves here include foundational technology providers, application developers, scene designers, computing power supporters, and product marketers. In response to the rapid development of resident enterprises to meet the center's need for more talents, Shanghai's Shuhui district has unveiled a global recruitment plan for AI talent and launched the West Bund International Talent Hub to bring talents to enterprises. I really don't know everything about AI. I guess this could be a fraud. I really don't know what the hell is all this. This fuss of AI. I forgot the word. I don't like the word hype. It's just to use this. I don't remember the word. Anyway, the Talent Hub has also housed the Shanghai Emerging Industry Young Entrepreneurs Association, further supporting young entrepreneurial talents to pioneer innovation. I forgot the word. Quote, AI is a nascent industry, and it's also an industry that belongs to young people, end quote. She said while joining a salon with young innovators, urging them to continue to show their talents and skills to advance Chinese modernization. And there's a photo, a group photo. Chinese President Xi Jinping visits the new development bank and meets with Dilma Rousseff. Yeah, that's Dilma Rousseff over there. Dilma Rousseff is kind of my idol, my political idol from Brazil. President of the institution in the East something. Subtitle says high quality development of global south. I don't know why all this enthusiasm about AI. I really don't know. I really don't understand all this enthusiasm because material work is still being made by humans, I guess. So on the same day, President Xi also visited the new development bank, NDB, and met with Dilma Rousseff, president of the institution. Noting that broader BRICS cooperation has entered a stage of high-quality development, he said that bank is set to embark on its second golden decade of high-quality development. As a multilateral development bank founded by the BRICS nations, the NDB has approved over 100 projects in all member countries for approximately $35 billion by the end of 2023. Safeguarding the economic development of member countries and contributing to the improvement of the global economic governance system. From urban railway projects in India and green wind power projects in Brazil to highway projects in China, the bank, with its efficient and pragmatic cooperation model, has enriched the practice of South-South cooperation, setting an example for multilateral cooperation. Calling the bank quote, a pioneering initiative for the unity and self-improvement of the Global South, end quote. She called on the NDB to consider the development needs of the Global South and provide more high-quality, low-cost, and sustainable infrastructure financing. Unilateralism and protectionism undermine the stability of industrial and supply chains, Rousseff stressed, adding that the bank will continue to contribute to the development of developing countries and emerging markets. And that was the first news from the top 5 from the highlights. And there's a news from Wang Ji, the forever friend from everybody. A short 1 minute news politics. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Ji, forever friend, compromise only embolden the bully. And there's a photograph and says Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Ji on the left shakes hands with Brazilian Foreign Ministry Mauro Vieira during the BRICS Foreign Minister meeting, and so on. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Ji on Monday reaffirmed China's commitment to upholding multilateralism and multilateral trade rules. The United States pursues unilateralism and prioritizes its own country, placing its own interests above international public interests, said Wang, also a member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China's Central Committee, during the BRICS Foreign Ministers meeting in Rio de Janeiro. Wang regards it and as imperative to uphold multilateral trade rules, having long reaped enormous benefits from free trade. The United States is now using tariffs as leverage to exorbitant demands from other nations, he said. If one chooses to stay silent and compromise, it will only embolden the bullies to push further, Wang warned. He urged BRICS countries to jointly oppose all forms of protectionism and firmly uphold the rules-based multilateral trading system with the World Trade Organization at its core. This was from source Xinhua News Agency. And the third one is a news from China. Is a short one again. China, April 29. Everything is about China, almost everything, but this is a good one. China to handle 144 million railway passenger trip over May Day holiday. I wonder which holiday is this. May 1st, I guess. Passengers at the rail station in Nanchang City, East China's Jiangxi province. China's railway network is expected to handle approximately 144 million passenger trips during the 8-day May Day holiday. 8-day. 8-day, I guess it's not May 8th. Understand, maybe there are 8 days of holidays, who knows. May Day holiday travel rush, which kick off on Tuesday, the national railway operator said. The figure represents a year-on-year increase of 4.9%, according to China State Railway Group CEO Limit. Thursday is expected to see the peak passenger flow for the period, according to the group. According to China's 12,306 railway booking platform. Popular destinations for the holiday include Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Chengdu, Hangzhou, Hunan, Shenzhen, Xi'an, Nanjing, and Shenzhou. I will go at once to Hainan. To definitely, I will take the first. Is going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Heading to Hainan, I guess. Platform data also shows that the Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, Chengdu, Beijing, Hohhot, Nanning, Guangzhou, Beijing, Shenyang, and Shenzhen, Hong Kong routes are among the most popular for eight-day period. I don't know what they are celebrating. To cater to this surge in traffic, China's rail authorities have scheduled additional train services operating an average of more than 12,000 passenger trains each day, according to the railway operator. Actions such as scheduling additional high-speed sleeper trains have been taken to increase transport capacities in popular regions and at a peak time, sources Xinhua news agencies. And there's this kind of very interesting news from in this tariff war. Chinese people don't say this very clearly, because Chinese people are not like this. They are not explicit. But look, it's like the same thing Russia today do against United Kingdom. It's the same thing. So news from North America, April 29, Cgtn poll. New U.S. administration faces global trust crisis after 100 days in office. This is a huge text of 4 minutes. I'm going to try to do it. There's Donald Trump on a photograph. U.S. President Donald Trump returns to the White House from his New Jersey golf club in Washington. And he's wearing a white hat now. Donald Trump has a white hat. A white hat saying, "Make America Great Again," I guess. Pretty fly. And that was the jail. Look, this is the jail. That was the jail. I know some guy that says he was in prison here, and a lot of people suicide here. Anyway, Global South, neoliberalism. What about China? After 100 days in office, U.S. President Donald Trump and his, quote, America First agenda have run into major trouble. In February and April of this year, Cgtn conducted 2 global opinion polls involving 15,947 respondents across 38 countries. I always responded on YouTube. The survey found that American respondents' satisfaction with Trump's performance has declined rapidly. The quote-unquote America First foreign policy approach has left respondents from both traditional U.S. allies and Global South countries pessimistic about the future of their relations with the United States. The new U.S. administration is facing a severe global trust crisis. Data shows that 48.9% of American respondents expressed dissatisfaction with the performance of the new administration. Among them, 53.1% of American respondents criticizes the quote-unquote reciprocal tariffs policy for severely impacting the U.S. stock market. Another 60.4% believe that the domestic economic policies not only failed to control inflation, but also led to rising prices. And 54% strongly question its interest rate policy. Looking at American respondents' views on the short-term economy and national development, the proportion of pessimistic respondents is higher than that of optimistic ones. 43.1% of respondents believe that the US economy should worsen in the next 3 months, and 47.5% think that the US is headed in the quote-unquote wrong direction. Pessimism is even more pronounced among Democratic respondents, with 62.3% expressing deep concern about the future of the US. Quote-unquote America First has made the world pay the price, severely damaging the trust and confidence of its traditional allies, including vassals, slaves, like this very country over here. These people over here, they are trying to make deals with the BRICS, you know. This historical ally, the country of Augusto Pinochet. Traditional allies. Data shows that respondents from several countries, including Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Japan, and Australia, expressed deep concern about their relations with the United States. Among them, Australian respondents showed the most significant shift, with 65.5% feeling pessimistic about the future of US-Australia relations, a sharp increase of 24.5 percentage points compared to the previous poll. Similarly, 55% of Italian respondents expressed pessimism about future US-Italy relations, up by 21.5 percentage points from an earlier poll. In France, Germany, Canada, Japan, and South Korea, more than 70% of respondents also reported a pessimistic outlook on the development of their relations with the United States. The respondents also generally believe that the quote-unquote America First policy has led the United States to further neglect its traditional allies. 87% of South Korean respondents agreed with this view. In the United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, Australia, and Italy, more than 70% of respondents also expressed agreement. The proportion of respondents holding this view in Italy and Germany showed a significant increase compared to the previous poll, rising by 17 and 15 percentage points respectively. It is not just developed countries. Respondents from the global South are also seeing a sharp decline in confidence in their relations with the US. Among the 23 Global South countries surveyed, respondents in 19 countries, accounting for 82.6% of the surveyed countries, expressed pessimism about the future of their relations with the US. Compared to the previous poll, respondents from South Africa, Egypt, Peru, Indonesia, and Malaysia showed the most significant decline in confidence, each dropping by more than 20 percentage points. Confidence in future relations in the US declined by more than 10 percentage points among respondents from Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Argentina, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, Chile. Fucking crap. I'm not kidding. Chile is written over there. Confidence in future relations with the US declined by more than 10 percentage points. Yeah. But what the hell is that anyway, you know? In Chile was the tariffs against Chile, it was 10% also. This is a slave from the US, and look how the US treats its own slaves, its own servants. Anyway, Ghana, Mexico, and Thailand. The surveys were conducted by Cgtn in collaboration with the Redmond University of China through the Institute of International Communication in the New Era and cover 15,947 respondents across 38 countries. The respondents included individuals from developed countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and Japan, as well as from developing countries such as Mexico, South Africa, and Malaysia. And what can I say? There's a latest one from, I'm going to show you. There's a very last one from Canada, but I don't care.